Melodious music, what up? Yeah, open up fam. What go on? I'm there, you see me? Alright, so guys, it's the first day of, I would say, how to build a beat, how to make a beat. There are a few things, yeah, you know, we just start the live and we do what we have to do. We don't wait on the crowd, we just start the live and say it. So there are a few things. Basically, it is always good to be a musician, but where things are right now, I would say anybody can basically make a beat. If you understand music any at all, you can make a beat. If you understand tempo, if you understand chords and progressions, and now AI is even making it easier. You get me? You know, we don't really dig the AI thing because we love authentic and real stuff, you know? But, you know, AI really and truly is actually, you know, yeah, patterns, yeah. You understand patterns as well. But AI is really taking over. Like, everybody is just taking a loop, you know what I mean? And show it in a one part and just put it together and them call themselves a beat maker, you get me? But guess what? There's some pros and cons to doing stuff like those. And we can see it in the music industry every day. Where I would say almost every beat a year come out and it sounds the same. And that is what, you know, people who don't understand the authenticity of music and, you know, how it really work. I believe that is what caused maybe most of these dancehall beats that you hear coming out now, everything sound the same way. Everything have the same clap, everything have the same snare. You know what I mean? They are similar, very similar. You get me I say? um you don't find that there's not much authentic music being produced these days. Nobody don't have the time to sit down again and jump on them keyboard or them synthesizer, whatever them use, and build a beat. Guess why? Because there's loops and there's samples. See? So you don't really find them readily gravitate to wanting to be authentic and be real with them production. You get me? It's just the other day I heard some guys that talk about we know one of the biggest songs in Jamaica right now, Drift. You make me okay now? Oh no, move, watch, style, watch. So the song there, and there's another guy who is saying, him write it, and then there's some people that say, well, it's just similarities, you know what I mean? But what happened? The same rhythm, the same type of vibe, you get me? I say? And people bound for sound like people once them go there. You get me? Because the rhythm have similar the rhythm and the lyrics, and you get me? I say it's everything is too similar. You can't differentiate. Maybe in the 90s, not 90s, but early 2000s coming up, you could differentiate when Dan make music. All of them man them used to build beats. Sly and Robbie here for them thing different. Man them from Big Ship. Everybody have built them thing, have make them music, and you can hear it, the difference. You can hear the authenticity in the music, in the production. Right? But no, everything sounds the same way. So, how you make a beat? How do you make a beat? Question the sound like what? Yeah, Computer Paul, yeah. I hold for them, I didn't know them, but I get so old and I forget some of them. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, most of them guys, you could have hear them. And you could have know, say, at them, this a feed them on the beat, that a feed them on the beat. Oh, at that man, you get what I'm saying? You can hear the difference between them, but no, it kind of similar. You see what I'm saying? Everything is just, If you listen to this, it's almost the same thing, right? But guess what? The only difference is that I go in with my keyboard. I didn't use a sample because guess what? I'm actually a musician, right? So guys, you don't need to wonder. I play the keyboards, right? So I build my beats. I don't really do samples really, because and plus I have another one doing so. You see me? See? So when I really do samples really, I do authentic stuff. I like to play my keyboard and hear what it sound like. You see what I say? So that's how I do. I love to do it. I love to play the music. Make it sound authentic. Make it sound real. You see what I say? Because I don't know if because I'm old school, but I grew up that way there. You see what I say? So first of all, as I say, the way how things is right now, you don't even necessarily need to go get one synthesizer anymore. You don't need a keyboard anymore because the loops are there. You just drag and drop, right? And that is what has been the in thing, the drag and drop. Everybody drag and drop. You see what I say? So, drag and drop take over, basically, you know what I mean? And everybody will tell you that, it made the process quicker, right? And yes, it made the process quicker. Yes, you can build more beats in a shorter time span. But what will be the difference, from what is out there? If at the end of the day your thing sound like everybody else's thing. You see me? So my thing is not to sound like other people's thing. It's more for just how to put it now. It's for sound as my best self. You see me? So I'm not really me not really do the samples and me not really do the, well, not samples, but I don't do the loops and them things. I like to play my own thing because I like it to sound like me. Seeing? So first of all, if you like to create your own patterns and stuff, you're gonna need a computer. That's the first thing. You're gonna need a computer. If you like your keyboard, you're gonna need a keyboard, right? And also, you are going to need either I would say a MIDI cable or an interface, right? That's if you like to create your own pattern with your fingers or with your hands, right? You're gonna need headphones, good headphones, or loops and samples for lazy people. Yeah, I believe that. Like, I believe loops and samples. It have its time, but I think, you know what I mean? You have to create. You must be creative. As a producer, you must be creative. Right? No doubt about that. You need creativity, because if you're not creative, then I can't really call you. Yeah, I don't want to say, but I can't call you a producer if you're not creative with your thing. Right? If you just wait for a man to make a sample, drop it, and then you take it and put it in the thing. No, that's not you. Who is the producer there? Who is the musician there? Is the person who create that sample. Right? You just put it together. It's whatever. See? So you need a computer. If you like to build your own thing with your own hands, you need something. You need an interface. You need something. You know what I mean? Them have them here. Very reasonable. You know what I mean? It have the drum pad and everything on it. As you can see, there's a small drum pad on it. Well, this one is actually for my son, because my son also make his own rhythms. So I buy this one for my son, but I borrow it from him because I was doing something specific and I need this. So I borrow this from my son. You know what I mean? If you see me, I make live with it. I said, Daddy, what you do with my thing? You know what I mean? So this one is for my son, but you can get one of these. These are very reasonable. You know what I mean? And you can get those online, right? I buy my own because I'm in Canada. Just by playing with the keys, yeah, I find melodies. Yeah, true. I am in Canada, so I buy my one at Langamacquaid. So if you're in Canada, you can go Langamacquaid, you can get these. You can get them online. If you're in Jamaica, wherever, you can get them in the music store because they are there, right? And also from that, you can use that. If you have a long keyboard, you know what I mean? You can also connect it to your computer. And then the second thing, so you need an interface, you need a computer, you need speakers, or you need a good headphones, you know what I mean, if you can hear your samples and stuff. Then the next thing that you're gonna need is a DAW, D-A-W, right? Digital work. Yeah. Yeah, so I use Pro Tools, and I use Logics, and sometimes I use Fruity Loops. And one of them I can use to build rhythm. You know, there's a whole heap of other things where you can look into. They have some garage band. You have many different DAWs that you can use when you're actually doing your creations, right? So you need a DAW. Ableton, yeah, see Ableton. Yeah, Ableton is a good one as well. I've never really used Ableton too tough because I did start with Reasons and I branch off into Logic Pro. So I kind of just stick with them too because I was more for the live stuff. So I never really go Fruity. I use Fruity but for different things. Yeah, Ableton is good because Ableton also can be used for live production as well. But I've never really used Ableton. Yeah, I use Reasons, Logic Pro X, and Pro Tools. Those are the three DAWs that I use to make beats. My son use GarageBand. Yeah, he's a genius. He's just 8, but he's doing his thing. You know what I mean? He loves the music, and he's just 8. So, you know what I mean? You need a DAW, and most of these DAW comes with instruments. They come with sample packs that you can just load up and then make your own beat. Let's use my platform for an example, right? Because me I use Reasons. In Ableton can record and mix analog. Yeah man, the Ableton can do that, man. The Ableton is a good platform, man. Even this too, Reasons now, because they have Reasons one now that they can use to do live stuff, because I think they really upgrade most of these DAWs one time where they used to just be they couldn't do other stuff. They upgrade most of them right now. Logic Pro X can do it as well. They can record live in Logic Pro X. So my interface that I'm using right now is the Volts 276. So I have a Volts and I have a Behringer. Cubase is one as well. And I have a Focusrite Sapphire Pro, one of those 8-channel Focusrite Sapphire Pro. So I use those three DAWs, those three interface, depending on what I'm doing. Right? So yeah, so you can use any one of those platforms. Yeah, so I'm now in Logic Pro, right? So so Logic Pro come with instruments and stuff. So I can just go load up something. Let's say I want I would say what is this? Yeah, so I just load up a sound, a sample, and your Scarlett brand good for interface. Oh yeah, man, because it's what? It's not the same Focusrite. Yeah, Focusrite Scarlett, right? Yeah, man, Scarlett is a good interface, man. Scarlett is not a bad interface, especially if you're doing home studio stuff. You get me? Scarlett is not a bad brand. You can use the Focusrite Scarlett and with your thing, because it's mostly plug and play them. Cool? So especially if you're not going to the heavy production and you just need something to really run your DAW, for connect with your DAW and connect your keyboard or your synthesizer, right? Yeah, so you can use any one of those, once it is I would say it can connect to your machine, right? You can use any one of them, because any one of them is just as good, right? It's just that what you want it for and the magnitude of work that you're doing, then you might need to up the game and step up whatever interface you're using, right? Sometimes I take live drums, so I get the Sapphire Pro, the Sapphire Pro 10, right? The Focusrite Sapphire Pro 10, because it have the 8-channel input and I can mic the drums and bring the drums in live in any session I want, right? So that's why I use that one, because it has enough channel I need to really take the live drums. So after you get your DAW, then you're good to go, because as I said, most of these DAWs they would come with instruments and stuff already, right? And a DAW is just a shortening for digital audio workstation, right? Because you need one. Once you're going to make beats, you need a DAW, right? You will need one of them, whatever it is, as long as it have instruments and sounds. And then you can load up your samples, you get me? Because like in a this now, you know, I have a whole heap of different samples. You know, this I can do a lot of things with whatever samples come with this. Now if I need some unique stuff now, I might have to sample, right? Which I might use my own voice or, you know, get something else and sample it and put it in. Right? So once you have your DAW, you're ready to go. Right? Once you have a DAW, you're ready to go. And you don't need to go buy these expensive stuff. Because most of the times, you don't need all of those expensive stuff. Especially if you're just doing, you know, you just have build beats. Right? You just need, if you need studio monitors, because you don't even need studio monitors. You need a good headphones, right? So, this, I already started a rhythm from last night, because I started the live last night, but I had to end it. For some stuff was happening there, so I had to end it last night. So I am almost done making this beat, right? And it's the same thing. You know, we put in the drums, right? Because I use the trap door in Logic Pro X. And then I have some samples as well that I put in, because I can also bring my own samples in the kit and use them, because I have sample packs. I have like instrument packs that I can bring up, right? So I can actually load my samples if I want to have my own samples, my own sound. So most of these kicks and stuff that you hear playing in this drum track, let me solo it so that you can hear it. Right? So most of these samples, the drum samples that you're hearing, they're actually from my packs. I actually get those samples, and I've been using them for quite some time now. Right? Yeah, so I would load them up, EQ them how I want them, and then, you know, depending on the track that I'm doing, then I make it sound how I want it to sound. Right? So this rhythm, basically, I started it last night. I am almost done. I have a few things to do on it. And then, you know what I mean? I wanted you to see the process, but it's kind of too late now, because I had to get it done last night. But I had to end the live last night. But, you know, this is part 1 of, I'm going to say it now, how to make a beat. You know, I don't want to make the videos too long, so I'm cutting them at 30 minutes. So I'm giving you 30 minutes each day of how to make a beat. What I will do when I come back tomorrow is, let me turn the camera. So what I will do when I come back tomorrow is start a fresh rhythm, right? I'm gonna start it from scratch, show you guys how I set up my stuff, and then you can see if you are interested in also becoming a beat maker, right? And if you want to understand how to be creative as well, because creativity sells, you know. We don't bother feel like say creativity is not being sold anymore. Your creativity is still, you know, your creativity still can sell. Not because everybody is using samples and loops and all of these things. That don't mean that you have to do it. You get me? You can go in and create your own thing, and you can then, when you create your own thing, you feel a little bit more, I would say, fulfilled, and you feel more attached to it. It becomes more sentimental, because this now is your own creative idea. You didn't sit down and wait on somebody to play some piano samples and then you go grab them, load them up and say, oh, I make a beat. No, you didn't make a beat. What you did was put some samples together, right? So, I now fight out the money I use loops and stuff, but I just a set. You know what I mean? Doing it your own way, putting your own creativity together, there's a level of fulfillment that you get from it when you do that. You get me? And look, don't feel like say your creativity cannot sell. Your creativity will sell. There's some patterns that are out there that you use them. Okay, you can follow them up and you will see that there's a few particular patterns that they use. If you check all of the hit songs, they were created around that pattern. So just understand it, use it, and how to manipulate it. If you understand how to manipulate it when you're putting your project together, if you understand how to manipulate it, then you will be good to go. You get me? So tomorrow, guys, what I will do is I will come with a fresh track tomorrow, load up and show you how I, just to create a quick beat, not getting too technical with it. You get me? So it's more like, I'd make like an 8-bar loop and then, show you how you loop it up. You can drop out stuff, you can put in stuff, you know what I mean? So that it sound more melodious and, you know what I mean, more creative when it is being played. Right? And then you guys know if you build a beat, you can sell it, you can lease it, you can do anything you want to do with it, and you can make money from it. It's not just to sit and do it alone. You can actually make cash from it. So guys, guess what? See you tomorrow, right? It might be the same time and I might be at the same place, but see you tomorrow with another episode. I would say the second episode of How to Make a Beat with QB. Bless up. Thanks for tuning in.